guys, it's Jasmine, and today we're making banana bread. This banana bread is really easy to make, it tastes really good, and while it's baking, the whole house smells like bananas. So let's get started. For the ingredients, you will need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 4 ripe bananas, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of milk, half a cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of flavorless oil, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and half a cup of walnuts. Starting off, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and now we're going to mix together the dry ingredients. So in a bowl, I have some all-purpose flour, and we're going to mix together the baking soda, and also add in the salt. Now grab a whisk and mix it all together. And you could also use whole wheat flour instead of all-purpose flour if you like. Once this is mixed through, just set it aside. And we're going to mix together the wet ingredients. Prepare a large bowl and a potato masher, and we're going to peel all 4 of the very ripe bananas into the bowl. It is very important that you choose ripe bananas because they're a lot easier to mash and they're also quite sweet. And now I'm going to mash it up with a potato masher, but if you don't have this, you could also use a fork or chop it up with a knife. The banana is all mashed up and nice and mushy, so now I'm going to crack in all 3 of the eggs. Now add in the brown sugar, the vanilla extract, the milk, and the oil. Now grab a whisk, snap those yolks, and mix everything together. Once all the wet ingredients are combined, we're going to mix together the dry ingredients with the wet ingredients. So I'm just going to add this all in. Now mix until everything is just combined, all the dry ingredients are wet. You don't want to overmix this because you're going to end up with a tough bread. I like to mix it until pretty much all of the flour is wet. And I'm scraping the sides and the bottom of the bowl with a spatula to make sure everything is mixed through. And I'm going to mix this a little more with my spatula to make sure everything is mixed together and to make sure I do not overmix with the whisk. Once that is mixed through, we're going to finally add in the chopped walnuts. So you could also use chopped pecans or whatever type of nuts you like in this. You could also leave it out if you don't like nuts. And just mix that until the nuts are evenly distributed throughout the batter. And again, I'm just using a spatula to make sure I do not overmix. And now the batter is ready. Today I'm going to be baking this banana bread in a bundt pan because it turns out really pretty, and since this banana bread doesn't have to rise, it has a lot of moisture inside of it, so it takes a long time to bake. But if it is baked in a bundt pan, it doesn't burn as easily on top, and it also keeps in all of the moisture. Now I'm going to spray the bundt pan with a good amount of non-stick cooking spray to make sure that the banana bread doesn't stick to the pan once it's baked. But if you don't have non-stick cooking spray, you could also use regular oil and just brush it up the sides. Now we're going to pour the banana batter right into the bundt pan. I like to wiggle the pan around to smooth off the top without touching it. And now bang this on the counter a couple of times to release any air bubbles. That's all done, so now we can place this into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 55 minutes, or until when you insert a wooden skewer into the center and it comes out clean, that means it's done. The banana bread has baked in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 55 minutes. And around 40 minutes, I've covered it with a layer of aluminum foil to stop it from burning. You can see it has a nice and brown color. I've let the banana bread cool in its pan for around 15 minutes. If you let it stay in there for any longer, it might stick to the bundt pan. And I didn't turn it out as soon as it was baked because it was really hot and I don't want to burn myself. So now I'm going to flip it out onto a serving platter. Give it a few bangs on the pan. that's how you make banana bread. This banana bread is really nice and moist. It is very healthy, and it goes perfectly with some fresh fruit. It is also really good for a breakfast or an afternoon tea. So, I hope you can try this out. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye!